and welcome to my channel Project PMYP. This is a series of videos जिसमें current affairs हम cover कर रहे हैं from April 2022 to 15th of April 2023 from the book Current Affairs by Drishti जिसको हम आई दृष्टि के भी नाम से जानते हैं. It is being published by Ghatna Chakra. So let us begin. Already 12 videos upload हो चुके हैं. This is going to be the 13th video and it is going to be very important for your upcoming exam of UPPCS. So let us begin. So national affairs हो चुके हैं. अब आती है बारी international affairs की. So the first news here is India and Malaysia agrees to settle trade in Indian rupees. This is a very great news. India and Malaysia have agreed to settle trade in Indian rupees. The Ministry of External Affairs announced on 1st of April 2023. Trade between India and Malaysia can now be settled in Indian rupees in addition to the current mode of settlement in other currencies. India-Malaysia bilateral trade touched $19.4 billion during 2021-22. Malaysia is the third largest trading partner of India in the ASEAN region after Singapore and Indonesia that account for $30 billion and $26.1 billion bilateral trade with India respectively. So Malaysia is the third largest trading partners in ASEAN countries. Okay. Next news here is Bhutan's king visits India. King of Bhutan, Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk, who is on a 3-day state visit to India, met Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 4th of April 2023. So the name here is important, Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk. Hydropower. On the hydropower, the government has agreed to a long-term pending demand from Bhutan to increase the power tariffs for the Chukha hydroelectric project, which began operation with India's help in 1986, which is Chukha hydroelectric project. India has also agreed to discuss buying power from Basuchu hydel project that was built with Austrian support in 2008. Integrated check post. India is also examining the possibility to settle up the first integrated check post along the India-Bhutan border at Jaigaon and expecting the proposed Khokrajar Gelephu rail link project. So भूटान के किंग विजिट करते हैं और यहाँ पे कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें होती है जैसे कि छुखा हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिक प्रोजेक्ट जो कि 1986 में बिगिन हुआ था, इसके टैरिफ्स को बढ़ाने की बात होती है. ठीक है. उसके बाद आपका ऑस्ट्रियन सपोर्ट से 2008 में एक प्रोजेक्ट शुरू हुआ था, हाइडल प्रोजेक्ट विच वाज बासुचू हाइडल प्रोजेक्ट. ठीक है. इससे भी पावर खरीदेगा इंडिया. नेक्स्ट इज पहला इंटीग्रेटेड चेक पोस्ट बनने वाला है इंडिया भूटान बॉर्डर पे जो कि जायगांव पे है एंड इट इज एक्सपेक्टिंग द प्रपोज्ड खोरजार गेलेफू रेल लिंक प्रोजेक्ट. नेक्स्ट, क्रॉस बॉर्डर कनेक्टिविटी बिटवीन यूपीआई एंड पे नाउ. यूनिफाइड पेमेंट्स इंटरफेस और पे नाउ के बीच में क्रॉस बॉर्डर कनेक्टिविटी है which means on February 21st 2023 Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister of Singapore Lee Hsien Loong witnessed the launch of cross border connectivity between UPI of India and PayNow of Singapore via video conferencing. UPI and PayNow linkage was organized on 21st of February 2023, launched by RBI Governor Shaktikant Das and Monetary Authority of Singapore MAS Managing Director रवि मेनन. ठीक है. कौन कौन? रवि मेनन और शक्तिकांत दास के बीच में ये मीटिंग हुआ था एंड इट इज लॉन्च्ड बाय देम. द लिंकेज विल अलाउ इंडिविजुअल्स इन इंडिया एंड सिंगापुर टू रेमिट मनी टू देयर बैंक अकाउंट्स इन रियल टाइम एंड at a competitive rate. Singapore has become the first country with cross-border person-to-person P2P payments facilities have been launched. Funds held in bank accounts or e-wallets can be transferred to from India using just the UPI IDs, मोबाइल नंबर्स और वर्चुअल पेमेंट एड्रेस. जैसे हम लोग UPI ID से एक दूसरे को पैसे भेजते हैं या लेते हैं वैसे ही ना इंडिया और सिंगापुर के बीच में भी ये लेन देन हो सकता है यूजिंग UPI. Fourth, Defense Cooperation Dialogue between India and Maldives. India and Maldives conducted Fourth Defense Cooperation Dialogue DCD in Malé on 19th March 2023. The dialogue was co-chaired by Defense Secretary Shri Giridhar Armane and his Maldivian counterpart, Chief of Defense Force, Maldives National Defense Force, Major General Abdullah Shamal. ठीक है. ये डिफेंस सेक्रेटरी के बीच में हुई है दोनों. नेक्स्ट, India and Seychelles signed agreement on maritime cooperation in the order to further the existing cooperation in maritime safety and security. Information Fusion Center. India Indian Ocean Region IFC-IOR signed an MOU on 21st of February 2023 with Regional Coordination Operations Center Seychelles. MOU was signed by Captain Rohit Bajpayee, Director IFC-IOR, and Captain Sam Gontier, Director RCOC, aims to promote collab between two centers towards enhancing maritime domain awareness, information sharing, the expertise development. To date, the center has hosted ILOs from 12 partner nations: Australia, France, Italy, Japan, Maldives, Mauritius, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Seychelles, Singapore, United Kingdom, and United States of America. So, India Seychelles has signed agreement on maritime cooperation. सबसे ये important है किसके किसके बीच में maritime cooperation हुआ है इंडिया और Seychelles के बीच में. Information Fusion Center of Indian Ocean Region signed MOU on 21st of February with Regional Coordination Operation Center Seychelles. ठीक है. Next, India-US Commercial Dialogue. India and United States of America has held 5th ministerial level meeting of bilateral commercial dialogue in New Delhi on 10th of March 2023. Highlights are India's Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal and US Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo co-chaired and relaunched the commercial dialogue in accordance with US-India Joint Leaders Statement of September 2021 with a renewed focus on future and emerging areas of bilateral commercial partnership. किसके किसके बीच में मीटिंग हुई है? इंडिया और यूएस के बीच में हुई है. ठीक है. कौन कौन चेयर किया? पीयूष गोयल एंड यूएस सेक्रेटरी ऑफ कॉमर्स गीना रायमोंडो. ठीक. Commercial dialogue is a part of ongoing efforts to strengthen US-India comprehensive global strategic partnership to develop inclusive and fair trade and investment policies. Next is India and Austria Comprehensive Migration and Mobility Partnership Agreement. Recently, India signed Comprehensive Migration and Mobility Partnership Agreement with Austria. It was during External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar visit to Vienna. Vienna is the capital of Austria, on the lines of similar mobility agreement with France, United States, United Kingdom, Germany and Finland. Already इनके साथ हो चुकी है, अब ये ऑस्ट्रिया के साथ हो रही है. क्या है ये एग्रीमेंट? इट एम्स at the facilitation of mobility of students, academics, researchers, migration for professional and economic reasons. पढ़ने के लिए, जॉब करने के लिए, and abiding by equal treatment of nationals of both parties in similar situation. Important highlights of the agreement. The agreement will regulate multiple entry visas for professional and student exchange programs and will review regularly by joint working group. The Migration and Mobility Agreement is the first such agreement reached by Austria with any country with whom they have visa regime and only the second with non-OECD country. ठीक है. तो ये फर्स्ट कंट्री है इंडिया जिसके साथ ऑस्ट्रिया ऐसा कोई बॉन्ड बना रहा है जिसके साथ वीजा रिजीम हो, और सेकंड है इन द OECD ग्रुप ऑफ कंट्रीज. सिमिलर एग्रीमेंट्स हैव बीन रिसेंटली कंक्लूडेड बाय इंडिया विद जर्मनी, फ्रांस, पोर्टुगल एंड यूके, Denmark amongst others. India assumes chairmanship of Wassenaar Agreement. India assumes chairmanship of Wassenaar Agreement on January 1, 2023 for a period of 1 year. At 26th annual plenary of WA held in Vienna, which is the capital of Austria, on 30th November 1st December 2022, Ambassador Ian O'Leary of Ireland handed over the chairmanship of Ambassador Jaideep Majumdar, Ambassador and Permanent Representative of UN and International Organization in Vienna. Next is India-France Strategic Dialogue. Emmanuel Bon, diplomat, advisor and G7 G20 Sherpa to the President of French Republic, Emmanuel Macron, paid a visit to India on 5th of January 2023 for the 36th session of Indo-French Strategic Dialogue. Who paid visit? Emmanuel Bon. Who is he? He is diplomatic advisor and G7 G20 Sherpa to France. Next is important highlights of the dialogue. Emmanuel Bon held a wide-ranging talks with the counterpart, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. During the strategic dialogue, the agenda covered all the aspects of Indo-French strategic partnership, defense and security cooperation, major international issues, regional issues including the war in Ukraine, and cooperation in Indo-Pacific, counterterrorism, cooperation, cybersecurity, space, civil and nuclear energy. Next is India and Egypt declared strategic partnership. India and Egypt agreed on January 25, 2023 to elevate their bilateral ties to strategic partnership covering political, security, defense, energy and economic aspects. What are the key highlights? The key highlights are President LCC is the first Egyptian president to have been invited as a chief guest at Republic Day parade on January 26. What is his name? His name is LCC. India and Egypt exchange MOUs in the field of cybersecurity, culture, IT, youth matters, and broadcasting. India is already Egypt's seventh largest trading partner according to data from Cairo's central bank, which is a joint statement issued touting a record of 7.26 billion during the last fiscal year. The two leaders agreed to increase Indian investment in Egypt, which currently stand at over $3.15 billion. It includes a potential dedicated to the land area for Indian industries in the Suez Canal economic zone. Next is SAR currency swap framework. RBI has signed currency swap agreement with the Maldives Monetary Authority under SAR currency swap framework. SAR currency swap facility came into operation on 15th of November 2012. This is to provide swap support as to backstop line of funding for the short-term foreign exchange liquidity requirements. SAR currency swap framework with Maldives. ठीक है? Next is this agreement will enable MMA to make withdrawals in multiple tranches up to maximum 200 million USD from RBI. Swap agreement क्या है? It is an agreement between two cross-border entities where one of them agrees to provide a loan to another foreign currency. India signed a currency swap agreement of $400 million with Sri Lanka in the year 2019 to 2022. Group of Friends. India has launched Group of Friends to promote accountability for crimes against peacekeepers on 15th of December 2022. Key highlights are India, Bangladesh, Egypt, France, Morocco and Nepal are co-chair of Group of Friends. कौन कौन है इसमें? इंडिया, बांग्लादेश, इजिप्ट, जिसके आपके president was the chief guest of Republic Day parade. France, Morocco and Nepal. Total of 6 countries are co-chairs of Group of Friends. It was launched on during India's current presidency of UN Security Council. Group of Friends represents the political will of member states to champion the implementation of provisions of UNSC Resolution 2589. Indian Antarctic Act 2022. Indian Antarctic Bill 2022 was passed by Parliament Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha to become an act. The act gives effect to Antarctic Treaty, conservation of Antarctic marine living resources and the Protocol on Environmental Protection of Antarctic Treaty. What are the key provisions? Applicability. The provisions of the Act will apply to any person, vessel or an aircraft that is a part of Indian expedition to Antarctic. What are the prohibited activities? It aims at ensuring demilitarization of the region along with getting it rid of mining or illegal activities as global warming is increasing. So, इस तरह के acts are very important to protect the nature. Constitution of Committee. The act also proposed to set up Indian Antarctic Authority. ये एक्ट आपका 2022 में पास हुआ है. 1 अगस्त 2022 को राज्यसभा द्वारा पास किया गया है. पहले ये लोकसभा में पास हो गया था 22 जुलाई 2022 में. ठीक है. ये एक्ट किसको इफेक्ट देता है? द एंटार्क्टिक ट्रीटी, कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एंटार्क्टिक मैरीन लिविंग रिसोर्सेज एंड प्रोटोकॉल ऑन एनवायरमेंटल प्रोटेक्शन ऑन एंटार्क्टिक ट्रीटी. ठीक. Next is India-Africa Security Fellowship Program. During India-Africa Defense Dialogue (IADD), which was held on the sidelines of Defense Expo in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh launched the India-Africa Security Fellowship Program. Highlights of the fellowship program are Manohar Parrikar Institute for Defense Studies and Analysis (MPIDSA). The knowledge partner for IADD will host the fellowship program. The fellowship will give an opportunity to African scholars to pursue research on defense and security issues in India. It was held on 18th of October 2022 in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. The theme was adopting a strategy for synergizing and strengthening defense and security cooperation between India and Africa. 14th India UAE Joint Commission. Recently, 14th India UAE Joint Commission meeting was held in Abu Dhabi. It assessed the significant progress made in multiple domains of cooperation. It was held on 1st of September 2022 in Abu Dhabi, UAE. The 14th India UAE JCM, that is Joint Commission meeting, was co-chaired by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Shankar and Foreign Minister of UAE Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. What are the key highlights? Both ministers reiterated commitment to achieve the goal of 100 billion USD for bilateral trade on next 5 years. 100 billion USD का goal बनाया गया है. There are two memorandums of understanding which are between Wildlife Institute of India and International Fund for Hobara conservation, for conservation of Great Indian Bustard and Lesser Flockeren. Great Indian Bustard कहाँ पे पाए जाते हैं? It is in Rajasthan. India-Bangladesh bilateral meet. India is Bangladesh's second biggest trade partner and it is largest export market in Asia. Despite COVID-19 related disruptions, bilateral trade grew at an unprecedented rate of almost 44% from $10.78 billion to $18.13 billion. COVID होने के बावजूद भी इतना ज़्यादा ये बढ़ा, approx 44%. To strengthen the relation between two countries, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on September 5, 2022 arrived in India on a 4-day visit. Key highlights: the two sides signed 7 agreements covering railways, science and tech, space cooperation, media and water sharing. Two leaders agreed to expedite efforts to improve bilateral and sub-regional connectivity through early operationalism of BBI and motor vehicle agreement. What are the projects? Unveiling of Unit 1 of Maitri Power Plant, supercritical coal-fired thermal power plant in Rampal, Khulna. Inauguration of Rupsha Bridge. The 5.13 km Rupsha Rail Bridge is a key part of 64.17 Khulna-Mongla Port single track broad gauge rail project, Khulna Darshana Railway Line Link Project. Next is US emerges as India's largest trade partner in financial year 2022. Recently, Ministry of Commerce and Industry has released a data which showed that USA has surpassed China, becoming India's top trading partner in 2021-22. India's top trading partner USA surpassed China to become India's top trading partner in this fiscal year. In 21-22, the UAE with $72.9 billion was the third largest trading partner of India. पहला आपका USA, third आपका UAE, second is China. China was India's top trading partner from 2013 to 2018. इतने long term के लिए China was the top trading partner. Before China, the UAE was the country's largest trading partner. These are the data given here. पहले नंबर पे आपका USA है, then China, then UAE, then Saudi Arabia and Iraq. India and Canada to relaunch the CEPA. In 2010, Canada and India relaunched negotiations towards a CEPA, which is Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. The most recent round of negotiations was held in August 2017 in New Delhi. Recently, India and Canada has announced to relaunch the CEPA. Free trade agreement. So far, India has signed 13 free trade agreements with its trading partners including Sri Lanka, South Asian Free Trade Area including India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives and Afghanistan. India-Nepal Treaty of Trade, India-Bhutan Agreement on Trade, Commerce and Transit, India-Thailand FTA Early Harvest Scheme, India-Singapore Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement CECA, and here it is given India-ASEAN CECA, India-South Korea, India-Japan, India-Malaysia, India-Mauritius, India-UAE, India-Australia. Star means signed but yet to be implemented. So India-Australia is yet to be implemented, India-UAE is yet to be implemented. In addition to, India has signed the following 6 limited coverage preferential trade agreements: South Asia Pacific Trade Agreement, Global System of Trade Preferences, SAARC Preferential Trading Agreement, India-Afghanistan, India-Mercosur PTA, India-Chile PTA. So आज के लिए इतना रहने देते हैं. कल आपका नया टॉपिक शुरू होगा which is summits, conference and organizations. Stay tuned with this series if you are preparing for UPPCS 2023, which is going to be held on 14th of May. Subscribe to my channel and share this video to those many people जो भी prepare कर रहे हैं for UPPCS 2023 और भी कोई एग्जाम जिसमें करंट अफेयर्स आती है. Stay tuned. जय हिंद. Thank you.